All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kodash, which Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, it's his true name. And Rakah Kodash is the Holy Spirit. I'm also going to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well in the scriptures, and salutations to all the brothers out there who push his word in all truth and all sincerity. And today we're going to get into how Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, the wicked of this world, how he oppresses the Israelites, all right, which that consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and also our seed line that's been scattered abroad, how he oppresses us, okay, using economic warfare, okay? And some of the things that he does is he goes and redlines our neighborhoods. He does a thing called redistricting or gerrymandering. He pushes draconian laws. And then he also does a thing called gentrification. Okay, and these things are all systematically designed to put our people down, okay, and to uplift his people, all right? And it's something that our people don't see. You know, you have a few of our people that are in the know. First and foremost, of course, the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, those that are listening and learning as well. You know, and then you do have a few of our people that are, you know, so-called conscious of what's going on. But all in all, though, as a whole, our people don't understand these terms. They're not even paying attention, okay? And they're doing everything right under the noses of our people, okay? And that's why our neighborhoods are constantly, you know, destroyed. There's no opportunity out in our streets, okay, so to speak, in our neighborhoods, okay? It's all systematically designed, as I said, all right? And we're going to start off with this scripture here, Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." Okay, and that's destruction unto them that do these things. They devise iniquity and they work evil upon their beds. That's these Edomites. They sit there and plan everything out. Okay? You know, when they go into these meetings, and in these downtown buildings and these high rises, you know, when you have these political, you know, gatherings and so on and so forth, their main agenda is to take down our people. Okay? That's what they do. All right? It's not to benefit the people. It's not to help us out. They're trying to find ways to destroy the nation of Israel because Esau Edom is still mad, okay, about how the blessing didn't go unto him, how he didn't receive it. And you could read that in the Genesis, the 27th chapter, I think the 41st verse, okay? He's still mad about that. So they're trying to find ways to basically take us down so they can get the blessing. But it won't happen, all right? All right, but destruction unto these people. It says, woe, it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's right. They're able to, think about these ideas, talk about it amongst each other, and then they write laws about it. Okay, they actually write laws where they start affecting you. Okay, and it's ultimately because, as Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The Lord gave them this power as of now, but they're going to get judged for these wicked acts, though. Okay. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's what they do, okay? They like your neighborhoods. First off, they stole this land from, all right, the natives, okay? They stole everything, actually, the whole world. They got everything by force. They didn't acquire lands due to the fact that they were so wise, or they had wealth, they, made trade deals, so on and so forth. They did everything by ill-gotten gain, okay? And even to this day, they see your neighborhoods, they like it. Basically, what they do is they'll buy these rundown houses for pennies on the dollar, okay? Before that, they'll actually start building up your neighborhood, like they'll start building up the parks, make them nice, okay? They'll say it's to help out the people in the neighborhood, okay? Which is all a lie. Really, what they're doing, anytime you see in a ghetto area, when you see the parks getting rebuilt, schools getting remodeled, it's basically a sign that within the next 5 to 10 years, your neighborhood is going to be gentrified and it's going to be overtaken. All right? But they build up these things first. Then they start, buying these houses, pennies on the dollar, start rehabbing them up. And eventually, they're able to kick you Israelites out because the taxes raise. People who own homes can't afford it; they got to sell. The people who are the homeowners who rent out the complex, they got to raise the rent. Now the tenants are more than likely going to have to move out because they can't afford all the the increase of the rent. Okay. Then you get the shops such as the Starbucks, all right, the Whole Foods, the mom and pop shop stores that pop up. And once that happens, your whole neighborhood's taken over. Okay. One block you're gonna see gangbangers. The next block you're gonna see Edomites jogging around with their dogs. And best believe eventually. Oh, then on top of that, what they're gonna do is they're gonna basically patrol your areas and pretty much force you to stay on your block or your building. Okay? They're basically protecting these Edomites so they don't get robbed, they don't get hurt, they don't get touched. All right? They do these things on purpose, man. Then they oppress you in your house. They do all these things to destroy you. So your nation can get brought down. All right? But they're going to have to, they're going to have to pay for these things. I'm going to keep going. Verse 3, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which they shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil, and the Lord is setting up a great evil for these people. All right? Their society is going to collapse. Okay? They're going to get put into slavery, and then afterwards they're going to get exterminated as a race of people. That's the game plan for Esau, Edom. That's the Lord's plan for these people. And they're not going to be able to, fight. They're not going to be able to, slither away. They're going to have to deal with this judgment. All right? Thus saith Yahweh Baal Shem El Shai. Whether these people believe it or not. Okay? But we're going to start off with gentrification. Okay? And we're going to start off with the word gentrify. And then we're going to break down this word because this is a very heavy word. I've done lessons on this many of times. But this word gentrify means, it says here, this is from the online etymology dictionary, all right, etymonline.com. It says, gentrify, it's a verb. Renovate inner city housings to middle class standards, okay, right? Now I'm going to start, so this word is broken down into two things, gentry and then fi, okay? I'm going to start off with that word fi, okay? And it means make into. Okay, so remember that, make or make into. All right, now we're going to look up that word gentry. Okay, it says nobility of rank or birth, a fashion or custom of the nobility, nobility of character. Okay, so that's what it means. And if you go down a little bit more, it says high-born, noble, of good family. So what it's basically saying is they're making your neighborhood to nobility rank, a high ranking neighborhood now. That's what gentrification literally means. Okay? All right? It's not a good term, for our people. When that gentrification comes in, you lose. You always lose. See, Esau Edom always has you on the losing end. So you have a few of our people, they get, wooed and they get excited when their neighborhood gets cleaned up. And it's only a few of our people, and it's always the ones that sell out, or the homosexuals of our people. Just being straightforward. Because with gentrification comes homosexuality too, all right? Whether people believe it or not. Because Esau Edom brings in that perverse spirit. You see? But But yeah, so basically our people, you might have a few of our people that are able to have a business that's successful. The neighborhood gets so-called cleaned up because the gangs and the drugs, disappear when the neighborhood gets gentrified, okay? And like I said, it's only a few people that win. You might have one of our men marry an Edomite woman, and they're on, cloud nine, man, all right? But see, as a whole, our people get messed up. The whole neighborhood is taken away. Our people are dispersed into all these different areas, and no one knows where to go. Okay, people are lost. It's harder for our people then to get to jobs. Okay, it's hard. It makes it harder on our people, all in all. Okay, we got to relocate. We got to find out how to survive now. While these people benefit, and a lot of times, even the people who open up businesses, they actually have a business partner with the Edomite because they're the investor. They have the money to start the operation. So our people, even who own these business, they have a business partner, and they're the ones who are doing all the hard work while that Edomite sits there and basically just collects the cash. Okay, he gets a cut of the pie, man. All right. So our people have no clue what the hell is going on, man. All right, and that's just one thing. Okay, that's just one thing. But I want to get a quick scripture, and we'll start at this Psalm 64, 1-5. All right, this is a heavy scripture here. This is Psalm 64, 1-5. And it reads, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And this is David, okay? King David, he was, praying because he was constantly in prayer because he was going through so much affliction. And the house of David, okay, the elect, are going through the same thing. So we're constantly praying to the Lord, and we're praying that the Lord preserves us, okay? That he protects us. Because our enemy's coming for us, man. All right? It's only going to intensify. And right now, some brothers might have even lost their jobs because of this gentrification, okay? Or this redlining situation or redistricting and, these draconian laws, whatever, okay, that's put into place. All right? Our people are messed up, man. That's why we need Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay? Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Okay? And Esau Edom, all right, he's the one who controls that secret counsel. All right? For lack of words, the Illuminati, man. Okay? These politicians, all of them, they're trying to destroy us, man. And that tongue of theirs, all right, is a huge weapon of theirs, man. Yes, they have the sword, they have the guns, the bombs, the chemical warfare, so on and so forth. They got all these things to destroy our people. But one of the main things that how our people are destroyed is that tongue of theirs, because they set up these laws, okay? These laws that are put into place have destroyed our people, man. Okay? And actually, I'm going to get two scriptures to back that up. All these laws and rules and regulations, okay? Because even if it's not I guess you could say a law of the land, so to speak, all right? There's stuff that's put into place at your job, man. That's designed to take you down, man. Okay? But let me get this in what is it? Isaiah the 10th chapter, Isaiah 10:1, and it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, so again, destruction unto these people who do that. And who are the people? Esau Edom. He's the one in power. He's the one that writes these unrighteous decrees, man. Okay? He speaks it, verbally, Then they write it down physically. And then those laws are then, put into place. Okay? And then the cops execute it. And then if one of our people, they disobeyed the said law, now they're going to have to, face the judge, man. You might get fined. You might get jail time. Who knows, man? Or both. Okay? And all this stuff is designed to destroy our people. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Excuse me. And that's what they do. All right? Excuse me. Oh, man, Satan. Oh, excuse me. Out of nowhere, Satan just tried to, attack me, man. But that's what they do. All right? They take away, they take away our rights, all right? They take away the things from us. And they prey on our people, man. They know that we're weak. And they design it like that. All right? And but going back to this Psalm 64, I'm going to read 4 now. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And so they do that secretly. See, these laws and stuff, yes, they're put into place. Anybody can read them. But honestly, who's reading them really? And our people don't read. They don't read. Our people are too worried about social media. They're worried about, sports. They're worried about partying. They don't care about what's going on. Okay? They don't care. So they do these things, in secret, basically, to take us down, because they know that as long as they keep, doing things like such as, economic warfare, that is going to keep them on top. I'm going to keep reading. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. A matter says they consume of it's like they commune of lying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So they sit there and do this privately, man. And they're saying, who shall see them? Who's going to notice these things? Okay, who's going to notice that we're, placing all these laws on, that we're doing this to their neighborhood, that we're, warring against these people in secret? Okay? No one pays attention to it. Hey, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the prophets are. First and foremost, Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai, the prophets. We're seeing these things. We're calling you out through the spirit, in the spirit. Okay? And that's what's slowly bringing this kingdom down. All right? Now I'm going to get into redlining now. Okay? And this is redlining. Let's do just a quick definition. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Redlining right here. This is redlining. It says in the United States, and this is from Wikipedia. In the United States and Canada, redlining is the systematic denial of various services to the residents of specific or racially associated neighborhoods or communities, either directly or through the selective raising of prices. You see, they're either doing it directly where they don't care. They don't care if anybody sees it, or they're doing it by selectively raising prices. And that's what they do. That's why I was saying earlier about gentrification. Okay, how they'll slowly build up the neighborhood. They'll buy, these rundown houses by pennies on the dollar. They'll start building up your parks, okay, your schools, so on and so forth. And that slowly raises property taxes, which is slowly going to raise your rent, okay? Or, if you're a new home buyer, right, these homes are going to start, raising in price now, making it harder for you to stay in these areas, okay, or buy a home, whatever it may be, all right? It says, while the best known examples of redlining has involved Denial of financial services such as banking or insurance, other services as healthcare, or even supermarkets have been denied to residents. And you see that in the ghettos. You don't see any banks really. And if there are banks, it's just, they're there more or less just for you to put money in them. All right, they're not there giving out loans like that. Okay, you don't really see any hospitals in the ghettos. Okay, for instance, out here in Chicago, the majority of the hospitals are on the north side, and they're the best ones too. And on top of it, there's only one hospital that basically treats what do you call that? Like those like shot wounds and stuff like that. And they purposely have it on the north side because they want our people to die, because it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes, if not more, to get from the south side or southeast side or the southwest side to get to the north side of Chicago. Okay? There's several hospitals up north out here in Chicago, and there's barely anything on the west side of Chicago, on the south side. You have a hospital here and there, but it's nothing though. Okay? And how I said there with the supermarkets, you go to the north side of Chicago, there's Walmarts. They don't really have a lot of that, but they'll have the Whole Foods, the Trader Joe's, these other high-end health food stores. Okay? And now on the south side, you have a local supermarket here and there that's mainly run by who? Ishmael. That's going to give you old expired meat. Who's going to raise the prices on top of that? Okay? And that's how our people are put down. There's no opportunities, man. First off, you have somebody that has a low income already, and then you're going to make everything more expensive in that area. Oh, that's why I forgot to add too. There's no like wholesale markets, like a Costco or a Sam's Club on the south side like that. Okay? You find them more up where Esau is. Esau's always getting everything at a low price, while Jake's always got to pay the higher price. But we have the lower income though. That's why people can never get out of their situations. All right. And it says, in case of retail businesses like supermarkets purposely locating stores in practically far away from targeted residents results in redlining effect. Okay, you see. See, these things are designed to destroy us, man. They do these things to destroy our people. And that's I'm going to get this Wisdom of Solomon now. This is because see, this is all designed either by law. They already have it in place, through actual laws, or this is just something that they practice, indirectly. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. It says, "Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the head." Okay, and they oppress the poor righteous man. In specific, it's mainly going into the elect. Okay, the righteous, the prophets, the believers. But our people as a whole is the righteous. Okay, because we're that righteous nation. And they oppress us. They oppress our people. They don't care about us. You see it all the time. Verse 11, "Let our strength be the law of justice." And this is Esau, okay? Let our strength be the law of justice. That's where the strength is. This system, this pit, okay, that they have set up for us. Our people can't even get out of this thing. They start trying to do something for themselves, and next thing you know, they get out of one particular hole and then fall into another. And that's not by coincidence. All right? That's not by coincidence. And and I'm going to get into the Draconian law after this, okay? It says, "For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth." Okay? Now I'm going to get into this Draconian law because they got all this stuff set up for our people, man. How do you spell that? Draconian. Oh, there we go. Slovakia. Give me one moment. But basically, a Draconian law was set up during the time of Greece, okay, and it was by the Athenians. And if you know anything about the Greeks, okay, and you know a little history, the Athenians were basically Edomites, okay. They were the ruling class, pretty much, man. Okay, they're the so-called quote unquote scholars, right? Because the Spartans were basically Jakes. And then, as you read in the history books, they always paint the Spartans to be, yes, warriors, mighty men, but they paint them out to be savages and and low, okay? And the Athenians, so-called high class, and they have so much, wisdom and intelligence, okay? All right. But yeah, so basically, this guy was from Athens, all right. It Draco, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't. Salakia. Salakia. I can't really get a good definition from Wikipedia, but whatever. But from the research I've done prior to this and from videos that I've also heard. So basically, this Draconian law, goes into basically goes into a harsh punishment. Like the laws are harsh, they're cruel, okay, and our people basically get the full punishment, okay, every time they commit a crime or whatever it may be. Now Esau, he doesn't deal with that. When he gets arrested for a particular crime, he gets the lowest sentencing, okay, the lowest punishment. And I always use this as an example. I think it was like maybe about 2 years ago now. There was these two college students. One was and there were college football players. One was a Jake, and one was an Edomite. The Jake was just accused of raping this girl, right? This young lady. He got sentenced to like 25 years in jail. This Edomite was caught red-handed raping this young lady behind a dumpster. Got, I think, like 3 months, 6 months probation, maybe like some house arrest. That's it. See, our people get punished to the fullest, while they don't get punished at all. And then that goes into the prison industrial complex, okay, where these prisons are filled with our people, okay. They're, on top of that, they're privately owned institutions, okay, and they're filled up by our people, and basically that's modern day slavery in there, because these prisoners have to work, okay, for certain companies. They'll make certain they'll make license plates, they'll make certain things for these tech companies, so on and so forth, all right, and get paid a few cents an hour, while they're selling you these products for hundreds of dollars, man, okay. So the company's making mad profit. And who owns these companies? Edomites. While our people are at the bottom. But you know what? That goes into that actually goes into the curses. Let me get that real quick. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. The 28, and let me go down a little bit. Give me 1 second. I want to double check. Where is it at? Because it talks about right here. Yep. how we're going to have to go to him for everything. Okay, because we're the consumer. On top of that, our people are consuming all these, items. We have nothing for ourselves. While these Edomites have businesses upon businesses upon businesses being established. Okay, all these institutes. Doesn't matter what aspect of life that you go to. The person that's running whatever it is going to be an Edomite, man. All right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Okay? We're the ones in the low estate, okay? And I'm going to go down a little bit, Salakia, because it says that we should go to him for the want of all things, okay? Salakia, I forgot where that's at. But yeah, there's another verse here in Deuteronomy 20. I forgot where it's at exactly, but it talks about how we have to go to, right here, 48. There it is. I'm going to jump down to Deuteronomy 20 and 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? The main point I wanted to get out of that is how we have to go to him for the want of all things. No matter what, we got to go to this guy. Okay? Like I said, all this stuff is systematically designed to this, first off, the curses, but, the Lord uses Esau to put us down. That's, like I said, this is why we can't get out of our predicament, man. Got all these laws set up. These people have been prospering because of the time of slavery. Okay? All these major insurance companies and, medical companies, so on and so forth, they've basically were able to start, their business because of the slave labor. Okay? These Edomites have stolen land, okay, from the natives. And after they did that, they forced, the blacks, okay, so-called, I'm using these terms loosely, to work, for free for hundreds of years. And you're telling me that you're supposed to be equal? These people have a 300-400 year start ahead of you. Then on top of it, they still use things like these economic tactics, to destroy you. This economic warfare tactics to destroy you. See, our people are gone, man. They really believe in something that's not true. All right? Like I said, in these draconian laws, man, it doesn't help our people out, man. Stuff is designed to put you down. I'm going to get this redistricting, okay? Or it's called gerrymandering. Hold on. There we go. Salakia. There was one that I found. I think it's this one right here. And I want to get into the racial gerrymandering. It says gerrymandering can also occur over the issue of race. When minorities were given the right to vote in the U.S., some states sought to reduce the voting power of minorities by spreading them thinly across electoral districts to ensure and build white majorities. Okay? So basically, what redistricting is, or gerrymandering is, for example, let's say you have, a particular landmass. Let's say in the middle of that landmass, which would be the majority of it, you will have a particular group of people. For instance, the Israelites. Okay, and on the outskirts is all Edomites. What they'll do is you'll have, like, let's say several districts. Those districts surrounding that one particular mass, that majority, what they'll do is they'll separate it, cut it into basically parts, and pretty much each district will annex a certain area, okay? And basically once they annex, that particular area, now that becomes the minority, okay? While their areas become the majority. So they break up your areas to benefit them, okay? And if it's lucky, if I'm not, explaining it too well, but that's the best that I can do. So pretty much they'll take this huge, a majority of thing, that majority landmass, and they break it up into pieces, within themselves. So then now you're the minority in their particular areas. So now you don't have a proper representation. Your neighborhoods don't get the right fundings. Okay, the right support. All right, that's what they do to our areas. I know the Elder Malcolm was talking about, in particular, there's a neighborhood out here on the south side of Chicago. It's called Hyde Park, and it has the University of Chicago there. They have the hospital. I can't even think of what it's called right now. They have the university hospital here, okay. And they has a lot of doctors that live in the neighborhood. They have just do off people, right, so to speak. It's a very high class area on the south side, okay. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because this area, what they do is they take money from, because it's all basically within the same district. They have Hyde Park, and they'll take a thing called the South Shore, and basically they took the South Shore, and they basically, in a sense, like I guess you could say, for lack of words, annexed it, okay, into their district, and everyone's paying taxes to the to Hyde Park, right? And pretty much the only schools that benefit from these taxes are the schools in Hyde Park, not the South Shore. And the South Shore is where Jake lives. All right? But all these schools in Hyde Park are doing well off, man. All right? Things aren't, you're not getting equal representation. It's all messed up. And that's designed because of Esau. All right? But those are just a few things, all right? Hopefully, this stuff was edifying. I got to get a scripture to end it off with. I think I ended off with the Psalms 31. Salaki if I'm not explaining too well. Here we go. I'm going to start up above. Actually, I'm going to start off from the top, the main points in 4. This is Psalms 31 and 1. A psalm of David. In thee, O Yahweh, do I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in thy righteousness. Bow down thy ear to me. Deliver me speedily. Be thou my strong rock, for a house of defense to save me. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for thy name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net that they have laid privily for me. For thou art my strength. And that's what we're asking the Lord to do. And we see all these traps and snares that this man has set up for us and our people. And we're asking Yahweh Shem Shai to get us out of it, because there's no way that we can get out of this this predicament without the higher power, okay, saving us. We don't have the physical strength to take this man down, because this man, his blessing was that sword. So he's got weaponry that can destroy us easily. This economic warfare that he's, hasn't, on our people, okay, is putting us down. We can't even set up businesses. We can't even gather ourselves as a community, all right, without this man interfering and destroying. In the spiritual warfare, the first and foremost, the most, dangerous warfare. He's got this spiritual warfare on us, all right, and our people, all right. Got enchantments on our people. Uses music and the media to brainwash our people, hypnotize them, churches got all our people's minds all messed up. All right. And with that, hopefully whoever was listening was edified. And, with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers